Okay, so anybody got any recommendations for a decent action camera, like a GoPro but with batteries that actually last? I have managed to use 2 batteries today. As I got here, it was showing 55%, so I thought, oh, that's good. And it went from 55% to 0, so absolutely load of rubbish. Anyway, got across this stream now, and it looks like there's a chance of wet feet. I wonder if I can go a little bit further up. I've got to go through that gate up there if you didn't get it on the last little bit. Actually, it's a little bit narrower up here. Yeah, let's go up here. All depends on what it's doing on the day. Yep. Right, I'll see you on the other side. Thankfully safely negotiated. Still got dry feet. So we're through this gate, still following the Six Dales Trail, and go up a little bit of a rise. And going to cross another little beck in a minute. Just top that rise. There's a gate, pointless gate there, and we drop down, cross a little beck. I've known this to be absolutely flooded, so it'd be water. I'd be in water already, and it's almost impossible to cross, especially considering there's a barbed wire fence here, so you can't even hold on to that. Right, we're over the other side, and we're going to follow Six Dales Trail around the fields. As you come round the field, take the first gate to your left. Footpath, I think, used to go that way, but it doesn't anymore. It goes this way through this little gate here, and then follow the footpath through the field. Stay on this footpath. You'll go through another gate, and then you'll end up at Dob Park Bridge. So as we come to the end of the path, this is where we part our way with the Six Dales Trail, which goes off and up to the right, and we go to the left over the Pack Horse Bridge. And once we're over this bridge, it's a steep climb up to the top and turn right. So as we're going up the hill, we get to a sort of a crossroads, and we swing around to the right and then stay on that for over a mile, unfortunately, until we get to Norridge, which is where the next checkpoint is. So as you come along towards the end of the road, this is Methodist Chapel at Norridge, and the checkpoint will be just inside. You must go in, or at least present yourself to the door. There are toilets inside if you want them. And then as you get to the end of the road ahead, you turn left and go up the hill. It's a steep hill and a fast road, so just be careful. So having gone round a sharp right bend, you then come to a sharp left bend, about a quarter of a mile from the church, and it's signposted 2 miles to Lindley. And this is the road that we want to take, and we're off the main road. This is a not very well used road, and as you can see, it's got gates on it. So we'll carry on down here for a little bit. So coming down the gated road, we get to a gate, and at the gate we're going to take the footpath over to the right. So let's just grab this gate here. Oh, there we go. And it's usually a bit boggy through here. Got some stepping stones here now. That seems to have made it a little bit drier. Up and then over through that bit, and then follow this footpath over the fields. And I'll come back to you when next instructions needed. Just a quick note, we've just come down across there, and follow the wall with the wall to your right. Looks like there's a footpath through there. Don't take it. Just stay with the wall to your right, and just keep going. when we get to this wall, there is a gate round the corner, or you can, if you want. If you don't like gates, you can climb over there. There's an arrow there, and then you follow down, and between the two walls at the bottom there is a stream to cross, but if you keep between the two walls and then carry on round and try to stay roughly at the same height. So after a while, after probably a good mile or so of going along between the walls, the footpath bends round to the left. There is a sort of a ridge that carries on, but we need to be taking the sort of, it's not quite as defined, but it's going towards that house up there, and it'll join a track just the other side of the house, so we keep the house to the right. So we've just come across the field onto this track, and this track leads into some woods, and we'll carry on this track until we see a footpath off to the right just before some houses, and then we'll descend down to Lindley Wood Reservoir. So as we come up that track, it's got quite steep at the end. Just up there's going to be some houses, but we're going to turn right and follow this path across here, go over this stile, and keep with the wall to the left. So we follow that footpath round, keeping the wall to the left at all times. There's now a segregated section from the rest of the field, from the livestock. Trying to work out how to do this gate. Oh, there we go. Right, so follow the segregated bit down. Electric fence to your right, wall to your left, and you're guided all the way down to the road at the bottom this way. As you get to the bottom, by the way, don't come down that way there. You've got to stay right close to the wall, and then come out to the main road. It's a very quiet country lane, this one, and join it, and then stay on this road all the way down over the bridge which leads to Lindley Wood Reservoir, then up the hill the other side, and then we'll give you some more instructions there. So as we get to the top of the climb from the bridge, we've got we're joining a main road, the mainish road, and we're turning right. This is at Farnley, and we're going up to Farnley Church, and we're going to go left the church, just before the church, and go across the fields. So just as we get to Farnley Church, just past the house on the left, just go towards the church a little bit, and then there's the stile there, and then you can see the footpath just about going diagonally across the field to the edge of the field, and then following it down to the main road over there. So having crossed the fields from Farnley Church, we're entering our last 2 miles, and we're just going to go over this stile and across to the other side of the road where there's a footpath, which will then lead us down into Otley. So be careful crossing this road, it can be a busy back road. Right, there we go. So as you're coming down into Otley, there have been 2 turns off to the left, and shortly after the 2 turns on the left, you're looking for a footpath just before the houses on the left, which takes you down to Wharfedale Park. There we go. Follow that down to the park. Just before the park, that actually opens out into little bit of a car park, and if you go right, left of the gatehouses to Farnley Lodge, but if we go right, and then there's a litter bin there, and just by the litter bin, the entrance to Wharfedale Park is on your left, and we'll go down there in a moment, and we'll turn immediately left when we get into the park. There we go, and follow this path all the way to a bridge which goes over the River Wharfe. There is actually a shortcut. Instead of just following it round and going over that little bridge over the beck, you can actually go straight on. We've got the skate park on our right, and if you go straight on to the right of the rugby post and to the right of the tennis courts, and then we'll get to the bridge. And here we are at the bridge, so you turn off left from the footpath and head up the ramp, which will take you across the bridge. And as we go across the bridge, we're crossing the River Wharfe, which is fairly full and fast flowing at the moment. It's been a lot higher, but there we go. And then at the end of the bridge you turn right and follow this footpath. Keep on the footpath closest to the river all the way to the end of this new estate. So as you get to the end of the estate, you got a choice. You can either go round to the left where that red light is and carry on the footpath there, or go straight down the steps there. Given the state of my knees today, I think I'll avoid the steps and go round the road. And then when we get to the car park just beyond, we're looking for a gap in the trees behind to get into the park there. So here we are, and just a couple of spaces in, you can see the gap between the trees, and that leads us into Garnett's Field, a little park. And depending on whether anybody's playing football or not, if they're playing football you'll have to go around to the left. If not, you can head directly across to the far corner, and there's a gate in the far corner. And so in that far corner there's an exit from Garnett's Field, which takes us onto Riverside Road, and we turn right. And then almost immediately at the end of the road turn left. I say Riverside Road, it's Riverdale Road. Getting tired. Right, and then as we turn left, this is when you're doing your sprint finish now, your triumphal victory. Don't want to catch anybody put them on YouTube that doesn't want to be on. So this is Cattle Market Street, and we turn right into it, and just where that bus stop sign is the entrance to the church where you registered in the morning, and is also where the finish is. So if you're following this, let's hope you manage to follow it all and have a great race, and we'll see you at the finish with some hot food and drinks.